Hi, it's Bernadette Barba, and I am your host for Undeniably Relentless. This is episode 2. Thank you so much for listening in. It means a lot that you are taking time to listen to something that I believe is authentic, raw, real, and undeniably relentless. I want to welcome to the studio Josh Levario from Avondale, Arizona. Thank you, Josh, for coming on and talking with me today.
Thanks for having me, for sure, yeah.
Yeah, no, Josh and I think we've been at AZ and Associates, our real estate brokerage, going on 4 years.
I'm going on 3.
Okay, there.
I think I'm going on 3, yeah.
And I'll tell you what, you and I haven't really talked a lot, but right. I know that I've seen your face. I know you're doing a lot of big things in real estate. And what I love about your spirit is that you have that authenticity about you. And I almost feel like you have that old soul about you where young, 24 years old, but I feel like you get it. And
I try. Yeah. I like to think I'm trying.
Your mannerisms, and I see that, and so when I had an opportunity to not only see you at the office, but also then see a different side of you with your artwork, I thought that's somebody that I want to talk to.
Nice. What you got for me?
Let me tell you, I thought hard, and there's some meaning behind some of my questions.
Okay.
And so we'll just get right at it.
Yeah.
Relentless. What does that mean to you?
What does relentless mean to me?
Yes.
Immediately it's like, I think not stopping is what it is. Like no matter what the challenge is, no matter what obstacles in front of you, like you just got to figure it out.
Right.
And that's what life's all about. So you just roll the punches. Yeah.
I got to tell you, having read your bio, it sounds like at a very young age you already had that. You already had that. Getting your real estate license, first of all, at 19 years old. Uh-huh. What makes you want to do that at 19?
I got my first job at Food City when I was 16, and I did not like to push carts or collect carts or bag groceries or nothing like that. And then that's when I actually started getting into tattooing around that same time. And so when I did the tattooing, I was like, okay, this job is way more fun. I get to basically draw on people for a living and make way more than Food City.
Oh, yeah.
So it was right there where I was like, okay, I don't want to do that. I want to do something else. And then, I had another job working for the city of Avondale. I kept tattooing and then went to school right after high school to the community college. Okay. And decided I didn't really like it that much. So I started reading books and just see what else is out there for me, type of running my own business type of a thing. And noticed that every book that I was reading had to do something with real estate. So I was like, okay, why not just check it out? And then I went for it, and here I am.
So you were dabbling in different things before you said, you know what, I'm going to try this. It didn't work for me. I'm going to do something else. But reading for me it has catapulted me in reading. Everything that I've done. Mm-hmm. What would you say is a book that really clicked for you or made you move?
The first book was Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. That was the first one that ever shifted that type of mindset type thing. Then, The Alchemist was my favorite book. And then just there's a lot of different self-development type books, all the popular ones I've read and just those, just kind of implementing what the book says, gets you to where you want to be type of a thing.
You're still reading?
Yeah.
What are you reading
I listen now.
Oh, yeah, right, me too.
Yeah, I don't really read them. I just listen to stuff. But yeah, a lot of YouTube, a lot of podcasts, a lot of audiobooks. Yep.
Audible?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'm addicted to Audible right now.
I'm addicted to YouTube.
Relentless. I love that. Yeah. You already had it at a young age. You were hungry already, and you're still young, but yeah. I think about 19, what I was doing, and we have some similarities there. At 19, I wanted to be a lawyer.
Okay. Nice.
And was overwhelmed just knowing what it was going to take.
Yeah.
And I'm embarrassed to say that now. I'll be real honest with you because I knew that it was going to be a lot of work and dedication that unfortunately I didn't do.
Yeah.
Although I did start working for lawyers at a very young age. But we have some similarities there. You're from Avondale.
Born and raised.
Born and raised.
Born and raised, yeah.
Very proud of that.
Yep. Uh-huh.
You showed me your tattoo. Was that done by a local artist?
That was, yes. Weiner is his name.
Oh, yeah.
You guys probably know him, huh? Yeah,
Yeah.
you know him. Yeah, he I actually just hit him up on Instagram, and 4 days later, I'm there in the chair.
Really?
So, yep.
Has he done all your work? I see that you have a lot of...
No, actually,
lot of work.
I've done some myself, and then I got different artists for different styles and whatnot, so there's quite a few artists on me.
Are you still for hire if someone wanted to get inked by you?
Low key, yeah. Yeah.
On the deal.
Yeah. It's not a deal no more, now that I said that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
What gets you inspired? What inspires you? And when I say inspire, I'm talking about your artwork. What inspires you to say, you know what, today I'm gonna...
I think just having fun with it. Like at first it was like I didn't know what I wanted to like paint or nothing like. And it's funny, backtrack a little bit. I didn't even like to paint before this. Like I liked tattooing. I liked drawing because it was super precise. You can control where the ink goes and everything. Whereas painting, it's a little bit more messy. And then I don't know, I just dabbled into it, and then now I fell in love with it. But the inspiration is like getting to do this for a living, and both real estate and art. Like I'm just having fun. So yeah, I just want to keep doing it. Yeah.
And people are buying your work.
Yeah, super grateful. Yeah.
All right, so your inspiration comes from. What were you were talking about? Backtracking.
That I get to do this for a living. That people even because it's hard. I get it. Not everybody buys art, or not every artist gets to sell their art. So I'm like super just grateful for that, and just want to continue that and make it bigger and bigger and bigger. So
where can we find your art?
JoshLevario.com.
All right,
yep.
And your next show, I know you have one coming up. It's Pancakes and
Booze Art Show, which is at the Deuce in downtown Phoenix. September 14th, which is like what, this week or something?
I think it's this weekend.
Yeah, on Friday. Yeah, so this Friday I have another art show.
So, did you hear about DeSoto Market?
I did.
What happened?
I have no clue.
Somebody tell me what happened to DeSoto Market. That was, for me, a staple to like the art
used to go there all the
district.
Time. Mm-hmm.
And from one day to the next, I think a couple weeks ago, they just shut the doors.
I don't know if this has anything to do with it, but the Churchill opened right across the street. There's like 19 shipping containers all in the big building. And there's restaurants inside there, there's bars, there's retail spaces. So it's just the same thing as DeSoto, just newer, cooler type of a thing.
I want to buy DeSotos.
You want to buy DeSoto?
I would love to buy. I would love to live in that. Like that speaks to me. Like that whole environment.
The whole area? Yep.
That whole area.
I love it.
Even where you were at last week, I was telling Miguel, I could live in a place like this. Yeah. Like have it part office, part home, part entertainment.
Yeah, I always used to just visit downtown. Just go to coffee shops, go to different places and whatnot and see it. Go to First Fridays. I enjoy that. And I fell in love with it. Like the whole atmosphere of it, the environment, the different places. Every building looks different, stuff like that. And you just always got something going on. And the whole art scene is just cherry on top.
We are so lucky to have Phoenix, downtown Phoenix. And I didn't appreciate it before I went to downtown LA. I was very disappointed. Unfortunately, downtown LA was very messy, very dirty.
I heard
it's been taken over. It has been taken over by the homeless community, and I know that's a huge problem. Yeah. But it feels like rather that Los Angeles has just given up on their own downtown. I was very, very highly impressed with New York.
Oh, I love New York.
Upper East.
Never been to downtown LA though. Been to New York.
New York was
Yeah, you hear a different language
Amazing.
just walking down the street.
Oh yeah, everybody has good shoes.
Yeah.
I was always looking at everyone's shoes.
Yeah.
Great shoes. People were friendly, and so when I think of downtown Phoenix, though, it's so clean, it's so new. It's like it's in its infancy.
Yep.
You know, we're coming into our own and building that culture.
And all the houses there too. Like,
beautiful
condos and everything. New condos going up. New apartments. Like,
And the Deuce, if I remember correctly, is central, south of...
It's south of Jefferson, I believe.
South of Jefferson.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly where it's at, but it's down there.
You got to check out Josh's art down there. Make time to get your tickets.
$13.
It was an awesome event last weekend.
Oh, yeah.
How'd you make out?
Oh, I loved it.
You met a lot of people?
Yeah, I met a lot of different people in the art industry itself. Just random people that were supporting other artists there, the other artists themselves, and building new relationships. So that was a lot of fun to experience that. That was my first art show like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you going to be traveling, you think?
I hope so.
I hope that
so.
would be so neat. You're going to need a manager. Right?
I know. You need to learn that part of the industry now. Yeah.
I love that. How are you managing both businesses? So, are you still having your hands in everything, or do you see yourself?
Oh yeah. So I do during the day, like the work hour, like the work day. It's all real estate. Like I just focus on that, or talk to somebody. What else can I do to improve it, or just how do I grow that? And then after that, like I want to say after like 6 p.m. or so. After like 6 p.m. or so of doing the real estate stuff, then I'll just chill, relax, work on my art, start designing stuff, or just go somewhere and just escape from the real estate side and focus on the art.
I love that.
So it balances each other out. I love both different. I would say the real estate side is like more organized, more professional, control. Yeah, like I like that. Like that's part of me. I like that type of feeling. And then at the same time, I love the art and the chaos to it, where it's not controlled and it's just abstract. Like, there's no rules to anything. So it's like I love the two. Yeah.
I feel like that when I have my outlet in being able to create content for my audience, because we're marketers, right? We have to market ourselves, market our brands. And so I feel like in that, I allow my alter ego to come out.
Oh, yeah.
Because we are so controlled during the day, right? Having worked for attorneys since I was 19 years old, I worked for attorneys. I remember Charlie's, who I consider like a father figure and a mentor. Everything was so controlled down to the clothes that we wear. But I remember walking into his office one day, and I'm dressed. I always spent a lot of money on my clothes. I still do. I like my threads.
No problem with that.
But I remember going into his office, and I must have been chewing gum too loud. And he sat on this huge leather chair, like the one that you're sitting on your website. I saw that. It wasn't pink, though.
Okay.
It wasn't pink. And he looked at me, and I remember asking him a question, and he's looking at me straight in the eye, and I'm like, do I have something in my nose? What's going on? And all he did was hold up his hand like this.
Oh, man.
And I guess etiquette called for me not chewing gum. And I took those values even into real estate. And again, of course, we have to be professional and everything like that. But doing the podcast and the live videos and letting myself be who I am, it's like I let my alter ego out.
That's the fun part.
That's the fun part. And I want to keep doing that.
Oh, yeah.
I want to keep doing that.
See, that's art in a way itself, too. Like when I say art, like that's not just like people who paint or people who tattoo art or something like that. Like what I think it's like musicians, performers, dancers, even chefs, content creators, like that, something where you have to create something from literally nothing. You got to figure something out. Like that's art to me. Like, yeah. And I respect anyone who pursues that and just doesn't give up on that, because that's not easy.
It's being
There's
relentless.
nothing to follow. Yeah. So that's the hard part there.
And being organic, that's what I want
Yeah.
this podcast to be,
Mm-hmm.
is to be as organic and feel free to talk about things that we don't get to talk about on the daily.
Exactly. Yeah.
We're talking about loans and
Right.
pre-approvals. And
Right. Black and white.
the black and white. It sounds to me, again, reading your biography, that you had some inspiration from mom and dad who are currently artists.
Yeah. They're not currently artists, but I mean, they know how to draw, like, for sure. Like my dad draws better than me.
Really?
Like, yeah, I would say that. He would say I draw better than him, but I think he draws better than me. Tattooing, I got him. Man, he can't tattoo. But no, my mom can draw too. So I've always just picked up from them, like, stuff that they've taught me when I was little, different techniques, how to hold stuff, how to, properly use a brush or a pencil, or how to shade or stuff like that. And I just ran with it. So I've always been artistic. It's just I've never really tried to turn it into like a real business or a real thing that I can actually just make a living off. So now I'm trying.
Can you sing?
Can I sing?
Yeah.
Hell no.
Can you hold it?
Nah,
No.
I can't sing. Nah.
No.
Nope.
Not going to happen.
Not even with
I wish I could sing. I secretly wish I could sing.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes I tell myself that I can't.
You wish you can sing amazing or dance amazing.
Sing.
Sing.
I do. My mother sings, and I remember when I was young, she would go to family weddings or even distant cousin weddings, and they would always ask her to sing. And I remember she practiced a Linda Ronstadt song.
I don't know who it is.
And I was all of 8 or 9 years old.
Uh-huh.
And I remember looking at my mom thinking, oh my gosh, I hope I can sing like that one day. I don't come close.
It's in awe.
Just in awe. She
Yeah.
has a beautiful voice. And truth be told, my dad too.
Nice.
They both have very beautiful voices and stories of when they used to sing when they were young
Yeah.
and sing to each other.
Yeah.
My mom didn't know English when they met, and my dad didn't know Spanish.
Oh wow.
So they spoke a different language.
Wow. That's crazy.
Tell us something, Josh, something that maybe the audience doesn't know about you, a little secret.
You don't know about me?
That would be a little interesting.
I love to put Tabasco on my French toast.
Ooh.
That's something new.
Tabasco on French toast over
I
the
even have a
weekend.
Tabasco tattoo. Yeah.
Do you carry a little bottle with you?
No. But I should. Yeah.
The green or the red?
Both.
The both.
Mm-hmm. Both equally as good.
Tabasco. I think Cholula is my go-to.
It's top 5. Top
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
I would say.
I did watermelon and pickles over the weekend. I don't know. I was feeling like.
See, I won't knock it till I try it. I always tell people that. So I'll say the same for me. Yeah.
Yeah, it was different. It was different, no doubt. These are some 2 books that I have not read: Secrets of the Millionaire and The Alchemist.
Secrets of the Millionaire Mind.
Of the Millionaire Mind.
Yep. It's 20 different declarations, and he goes into it, and it's a real easy read. Like, it makes so much sense from the author, and it was the first one I picked up, and I loved it. It totally shifted everything.
This is good because I had a question about the shift and then the drift.
Okay.
What do you do, Josh, when you're feeling in a funk?
In a funk.
When you're in a funk and you know that you have to perform that day, what do you do to get yourself to shift from that feeling of maybe it's doubt?
Mm-hmm. Whenever I'm feeling like doubts or down on myself, or it's just like it's a bad day type of a thing, something that always gets me shifted is speaking to somebody. Just call family, call friends, call somebody that I know I'm going to have a fun conversation with, or just something to just get my mind off of something. And then after that, it's like, all right, cool. What do I got to do?
So you don't stay there very long.
No, I don't let myself know.
That's good. You seem like you have a pretty a happy demeanor about you?
I'm real chill. Like it takes a lot for me to get angry at something, or a lot to get me in a bad mood. That's just me though. Like it.
You've always been that way.
Yeah. Like there's bigger problems that are in the world that little problems, I guess, is what comes by. So when I see that, or when I tell myself that, it makes it easier.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. All right. I have a question about your Disney work, and I think I asked you about this. Yeah. Are you a secret Disney lover?
Not really. Not really. I do so much Disney paintings and art and whatnot. But it's funny because Danielle Escobedo, she wanted a Disney painting. And so I figured, okay, why not make a collage of all the different characters and whatnot? And ended up coming with that first one. And got so much love from that, from all these different people and herself, and seeing how they reacted. And I loved it. I loved the way it came out. I impressed myself. And then, so I just ran with that and tried to figure out different ways to make it look better, or to make things, flow easier within the painting. So I'm having fun with that and figuring all that out too. It's all one big process.
It is a collage. I'm looking at it right now on joshlevario.com, and again, I go back to that black and white piece that I saw, and hopefully you have an opportunity.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you have an opportunity to do some work at our house.
Oh, for sure, absolutely. We'll talk about that.
Look at that.
Yeah, the whole thing with those, it's like I just want to make the eyes wander or figure out what you're looking at.
Yeah, you're looking at one image, and then within that image, there's so many, five?
Anywhere from 5 characters. The most one has 22 characters, all in one painting. So
I'm feeling Daffy Duck.
Yep.
I think I told you that. I can identify with Daffy and Tasmanian.
Yep. Crazy ones?
A little crazy, a little angry.
Yeah, little crazy ones.
Although Miguel might say I'm more Tasmanian. I don't know.
Yeah, no.
I hear him over there.
Yeah. There's that audio over there. Yeah, no, I love what I do. So.
Well, you can tell. You can really tell. What's in the cards for Josh?
What's in the cards?
What's in the cards? Let's say 5 years.
5 years from now?
Yes.
Well, I'm going to school to get my broker's license. So I have literally just my exam to go. Already taken all the courses. So eventually, big picture here, have my own brokerage, and then that way, that kind of runs itself type of a thing. And I'm still involved in real estate. And then also, who knows where the art will take me, or I want to get potentially, like as big as I could possibly be.
What is that?
Have both things going on. Personal artwork for celebrities, for anybody, like it just
being commissioned by the celebrity.
Yeah, or just being able to do what I want, like just paint whatever I want, and then boom, people will just love it for that. Yeah, so.
You need to get downtown and some of the downtown districts and do some of the artwork on those walls.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yep.
How would somebody go about doing that? Would you just go and just paint on your own, or do you need...
Well, for that that mural, that milkshake mural that I did for the Art of Ice Cream, that's in Old Town Scottsdale. And that was like an open call for artists type of a thing. So it was just a simple DM on Instagram. And then I messaged them my information. I had to fill out the questionnaire that they had, and then provided my artwork. And then I got chosen. So and then I did the mural, and then that alone got so much different publicity and from all these other different businesses and people and whatnot. So I mean, some people have reached out to me, like the art showcase that we just did. They reached out to me. The Pancakes and Booze reached out to me. So, I mean, now it's just a matter of who else can I get going with this. So, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Wow, that's awesome.
Congratulations. I'm in a couple different coffee shops downtown, too. Like, my artwork's hanging there. So, yep.
Copper Star. Have you been to Copper Star Coffee on 7th Avenue?
I have not. No.
7th Avenue in Indian School. It's a pretty funky spot.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little corner. It was an old gas station. It turned coffee shop in the Woodlea district.
Never been there yet.
Super neat. I think once it starts cooling off, they'll open up all of the windows and they have different local bands playing there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I love all those different little spots there. You
too.
just chill. You can just work from there and whatnot.
So you do live downtown?
I live right on Central and McDowell.
Really? Oh, neat.
Right there.
High rise? Is that a high rise?
I live on the first floor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not yet. You're getting up there.
I'll get up there. Yeah. I'm actually looking to buy one next year. A condo down there. So,
heck yeah.
It'll be fun.
I love that. Josh, is Josh Levario single?
No, I'm taken.
You are taken.
Happily taken, happily taken.
Not married?
No, not married.
Okay,
not married.
All right.
Yep. In a relationship.
In a relationship. I think that there's truth behind people who say, just wait, take your time, wait till you're in your 30s to get married. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna give you that advice.
We'll see.
That's awesome. No, ladies, he's taken. Just want to let you know that you got a lot of love, a lot of support. I hope that you have continued success in everything that you do. I really do. And one thing that I always tell myself, and I'll leave that with you as well, is, just to continue to be relentless. We're going to have our seasons, and what I call them, our seasons where we aren't as strong.
Yeah.
We have to take detours and be pushed down in order to grow. Yeah.
Change is always good.
Yeah. And just knowing that. And I feel like if I had to give my 24-year-old self advice, I'm only a little bit older than you. Okay. But if I had to give my 24-year-old self advice, was it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
You're human. Yep. And allowed myself to stay in a bad place.
Yeah.
And so, again, I would just tell you to enjoy it. You are on a very awesome journey, and we're going to be following you, my friend. We're going to be following you. I don't know.
You guys, yeah.
We won't be at the pancakes and beers or pancakes and booze.
Yep.
But I'll tell you what, we're going to make it a point to be there because you are definitely. Yeah. No, thank you so much. Do you want to leave us with anything? Do you want to leave my audience with anything as we close this interview up?
Don't be afraid to create something. Yeah.
I like that. Thank you, Josh. I appreciate it.
Thank you. This was fun.
I want to thank everyone for taking the time to listen to our episode 2 today. You're going to want to check out Josh Levario on Instagram to take a look at his artwork for sure. You can find him at josh.levario. And remember, he's going to be at the Deuce September 14th. You got to go get your tickets. They're only $13 at the Pancakes and Booze show. Put that on your calendar. Again, you're not going to want to miss that. Know that we're going to be putting together an episode every week. On Monday, I'm going to have Linda Maurice at Academy Mortgage here in our studio. All of our episodes are going to be available first thing in the afternoon every Thursday. If there's a topic that you want me to talk about, or maybe you know of a relentless individual in your community, I want you to message me, email me, Bernadette at azdreamrealtor.com. Let me know why you think they're relentless. What are they doing in their community? Give me a little bit about their background, and I will be sure to share their story with everyone in my audience. Again, your host, Bernadette Barba. Thank you again so much. And if you haven't followed me, you can find me at AZ Dream Realtor on Instagram and American Dream Realtor on Facebook. Much love to you.